Hey, how's it going, guys? Jeeb here, and this video is going to be a ranking of the new drop locations, like the volcano, Sonny Steps, the new big boat, and a few other places that are behind the volcano. But let's get right into it. Basically, so at the volcano, you have a total of inside of it a total of 7 chests that you could get, along with some floor loot. You're not going to get this every time, but if you land solo or maybe one other person lands here, you could get potentially some decent loot. This is I would say, a medium activity as far as how many people like to drop here. We did both solo, duos, and squads, and that's, not a whole lot of people like to drop here, basically. There's also 2 chests on the top. There's a few chests behind it as well, so you can get chests pretty easily and pretty quickly here. So some games a lot of people drop here, some games a lot don't, so really that's where I kind of put it in the medium, but I still recommend as a nice drop. I usually go here if the bus flies relatively close. The next place is Tomato, and it's very underwhelming. Tomato was not a whole lot. I think there's a total of 5 chests you can get here, so it's a very, very low activity area. Most people don't drop here. Most people just end up kind of walking through here from a different drop location, so I wouldn't drop off the rip. There's also an outpost that's near the front of the volcano, and that's going to have 3 chests that you can get. Then there's also the front of the volcano. There's like this whole area here. You can drop here, and this is a whole separate drop on its own. Dropping in the middle inside the volcano, and then this is also 2 different drops, by the way. Dropping in front is a safer bet, and you actually have a few chests to choose from. I believe a total of 5, 3 down there, two up here. I'm sorry, 6, because you have a few chests in the containers too. There's 2 containers that contain chests. This is one of them at the base, and this is the other one right here. All right, moving on to the next spot. Before I do that, actually, there's one other spot that's, I guess, quote unquote, sort of the volcano as well. I don't really consider it one, but I'm going to include it anyway. If you want to be super safe, you can drop here, and you have the potential of having this 1 chest here, and that's it. I don't recommend it, though. It's very low percentage drop. So Sonny Steps is the next location. Having a total of, I believe, 15 chests that you can get. The most being in this first, what I call main building. And I believe there's a total of 5 chests in this main building, and then 10 are going to be scattered throughout the rest of this place. This is from what I found both in duos and squads and even solos, a lot of people like to drop here, even if it's not off the rip, and I don't know why. There's not a whole lot of chests here. There is decent floor loot that you could get, but I mean, with not a whole lot of chests and a lot of people coming here, that doesn't really, I don't really recommend it as a drop. But there are a few more chests, like down, if you do drop here, I recommend going to this kind of back end here. What I noticed, not a lot of people like to go in the back end. They kind of like to go for that big main, the tallest looking pyramid structure. When the back is actually, I would argue, a little bit nicer. Very low amount of people here. Chests are pretty close proximity to one another. If you land duos, it's actually really nice. Every duo game I dropped here was relatively quiet, especially the back end. This would probably be lower on my list, to be honest. I don't like dropping here just because it's such a big area. The chests are scattered pretty far, and a lot of people come here, and I don't know why. So, and this is also going to vary depending on if there's a challenge for this place and stuff like that. I'm making these rankings with the assumption that there's no challenge associated to dropping to these spots. So that's going to be that spot. Moving on to it's an unnamed location, but it's right behind the volcano. This little nice cozy area. We have 2 hangars and a little main building, and it's my favorite spot out of all the new locations. You have 2 chests per hangar that you could potentially get, along with some floor loot that might spawn, and there's also 3 chests in this main one. So right off the bat, you have 7 chests there, and there's also a little spot that's kind of right behind this main building, and that is actually going to have 3 chests to it, which is kind of nice. But let's go to this hangar here just to show you. You got 1 chest there and 1 chest on the very top of it. So 2 total. Yeah, I mean, this is the place I'm talking about. So you got 1 chest here. You pretty much have the potential of a chest on every single floor, which is kind of nice. It's a very quiet area. Not a lot of people come here, and a lot of chests in close proximity to one another. So that's probably up there on my list. And then I have this new place. It's like the boiling water place. You have 2 chests right here on the outskirts. potentially, and then you have potentially 2 to spawn here, and I didn't see much floor loot, so this is a really bad place to drop. It's pretty quiet, not a lot of people go here, but I still always occasionally see one person flying here, especially in solos. It's somewhat popular. And then this next one is a kind of a two-parter. There's a total of 26 chests that are available for you to grab. Majority of them are in the boat or near the boat, and the other, like, I want to say the other 10 are in this little harbor place. And the chests are, it's usually like 1 chest per house, which is kind of lame. Like 2 chests per house would have been really OP. Like the potential to spawn 2 would be kind of nice, but you can find them in the roof, in the in just inside, like upstairs usually. But it's pretty basic. It's not a whole lot of chests. It's probably, and this spot is super popular. I think people are under the impression that this place is going to have an unreal amount of loot. It's not the case. The real spot is the boat. However, the boat is probably the hottest drop that you could do, especially if the buses are coming right over it, in comparison to all these other spots that we showcased. So the boat has chests all throughout it. Pretty much everywhere you land on the boat, if you hit down, you'll find a chest. And this makes for a lot of battles, a lot of close battles, and a lot of fun. I mean, if you want a hot drop and want some action right away, go to the boat. If you're good, got good gun skill, good build, go to the boat. The boat also has little islands near it that also have chests, right, roughly about 2. That's really going to do it for this video, guys. If I'm going to rank them really quick here, the ranking is going to go the little place behind the volcano with the 2 hangars. This is my number 1. You have the volcano, inside the volcano specifically, number 2. You're going to have number 3 is going to be in front of the volcano. You're going to have the Sonny Steps being number 4. You're going to have surprisingly the boat and the harbor. I'll combine them and be number 5. And then I'm going to have the little boiling water number 6. And then tomato is going to be number 7. Tomato is just, it's just, I mean, if you want to be super safe, you can go there, but it's a super boring drop and not a lot of chests can spawn there. So I don't recommend that spot, especially if you're worth more than just yourself. All right, guys, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to leave a like down below. Comment on what's your favorite new place to drop. And don't forget, we have a creator code. I'll drop it in the description. And if you want to use it, you are more than welcome to go ahead and do that and support us. And as always, have a nice day.